Shaw, and thank you so much for being here on my channel.
Hello, happy Monday. What a beautiful day it is. It is almost 60 degrees here in New York. So life is good today, and I hope it's good for you. Welcome. Hi, Romilly and Mike and Alex and Victoria and Rhonda and Jillian and Ken and Maria. So glad you are all here. There have been some updates to Facebook ads, and my commitment to you when you took the 6-week boot camp was, if there are major changes that you need to know about, I will pop back in and resurface in your life. So here I am. And for all of you on our monthly coaching platform, welcome. I hope after last week's training, you have taken that podcast image and posted that on your Instagram, because I now have 6 podcasts that I'm going on in the next 30 days from that one image that I posted on Instagram. So this is just your reminder for my monthly coaching students. If you haven't taken that image and posted it, please do. And the power of the podcast is not only exposing your brand, but exposing your Instagram, having all of the micro clips to post on Instagram. It is truly incredible. So just that's your PSA. And then now I'm going to bring Corey on to do the Facebook ads part.
How you doing?
Like I just zoomed right in.
Yes, sir. So something changed. I got to ask a question, because I think they're rolling this out in like a weird way. It's not affecting everybody just yet, but it's affecting some people. And what it seems to be is that insurance ads got added to the special ad category.
And maybe you can explain what that means, Corey.
Yeah. We went over this. If you obviously were in the boot camp at some point, when we were building out the ads on the campaign tab, which I'm going to share my screen and show everybody. But before I get that, I just wanted to ask this question. When you were building out the ad on the campaign page, there was something called special ads category. And if you click that, we mentioned that, hey, if you're talking about home insurance, you should probably click that button. So it was meant for like real estate agents, home insurance, credit, employment, all that other stuff. And you would have to click that button. And what that would do is it would just force you to run ads in a 15-mile wide circle with no targeting. So you weren't allowed to target by like age or interests or anything like that. So that was for real estate and home insurance, anything regarding to like the Fair Housing Act. So what it seems like has happened is that for a few people here, even regular insurance ads have been added to this special ad category. And so they said that they were going to do this last year, and this could change in like a week, which is kind of what stinks. But if it does, I guess we'll send everyone an email at this point. But we wanted to host this class so that I could walk everybody through it and show you what it actually looks like when you're building out the ad. So is there anybody here that this is happening to before I share my screen? Because I know it's happening to some people, but not everyone.
It happened to Maria. It happened to me. Anybody else? And it's what's so great about this, Corey, and I love and respect and thank you for putting this together, because if you are not in the lucky group of Maria and myself, that may change for you tomorrow. And there's panic when you see that your ad is rejected and you're thinking, well, why is my ad rejected? I've been running ads for 6 months since I've taken the boot camp. So now you know what to do, and Corey's going to show you what it looks like so you don't have to have the panic there.
Yeah, I'm glad I called the bat phone to you too. Yeah, so let me go ahead and I'm just going to share my screen here, and I'm just going to show you again what it looks like when you're building it out. Now, the thing is, just be careful what I'm about to say. So if you're running ads and nothing has happened, just keep doing it. Like, just keep doing it the way you're doing it until they tell you, like, hey, no more. Because they're not gonna slap anyone on the wrist hard this time around, because they just added insurance apparently to the special ad category. But for those of you who have been experiencing it, if you were to go to launch an ad in your campaign, and we'll have the recording of this, but obviously you've seen the other tutorial on how to do it, and you're here, you'll see the special ad category. Now, I don't even know if this is going to pop up for Christina right now, but you can see they said financial products and services. And so it says formally credit. Can everyone read that? Or is that like a little...
I could see it, Corey, but it's a little hard to read. Maybe you can make it a little bigger. It's on the top, guys.
Yeah, let me try to log in. Let me try to zoom in here. That should make things easier.
Yeah, now I could read it.
Okay, cool.
I'm any minute away from glasses, so you could probably read it too. Oh,
yeah. So,
Corey, Angel noticed that as well.
Okay, cool. So some people are having it. Some people don't yet. So where it says financial products and services, formerly credit. So this is ads for credit cards, long-term financing, checking and savings accounts, investment services, insurance services, or other related financial opportunities. So essentially what they are telling you now is that they want you, if you're running an insurance ad, to click that button. So when you're on your campaign page and you're building all your ads out, the only added step you have to do is go to the special ad categories area, click categories, and then click financial products or services. That's it. Now, this is going to have an effect.
The why of that, or does it not really matter?
I can discuss the why. I will in a second. If it happens to us, are we ditching that ad and create a new one? No, you don't have to ditch the ad. It's just, unless you're talking about, well, let me clarify here. So I'm trying to figure out, do you mean like the ad video itself, or you're building the ad, meaning like you're on Business Manager and building out the campaign? I mean the ad set. That got rejected. Yeah, I would try to go back to the campaign and just click it. And if you were to just click it in the campaign, it should just wash your ad set, and then you can pick back up where you left off. But the ad set now, like a lot of the work that you guys had to do on the ad set, is probably just going to go kind of out the window. Oh, if you mean campaign, you should just be able to switch it and then see what happens. Because sometimes they'll just change everything, and then sometimes they'll say like, no, just create a new campaign. So worst case scenario, you just create a new campaign doing what I just did, and you make sure you click this button. Somebody mentioned something. Do you think that's meant for life insurance? I don't believe so. I think when they say insurance services, I mean, they didn't specify when they released it.
Corey, can I ask this question to Dan's question? If, let's say, in the case of life insurance, especially us New York agents who are very interested in that, because that's what we have to write to maintain certain numbers here, Corey. If you check that, is that a bad thing, even if it doesn't pertain to that? Like, is there harm in that?
What do you mean by that?
So in other words, let's say Dan and I are running an ad for life insurance because we're New York agents, and that's a big focus of what we have to do in 25. If I check that special ads category and life insurance doesn't fall under that umbrella, is there a negative to that?
No, but I think it is going to fall under the umbrella. I think that's why people's ads are getting denied.
Okay. I think it would fall under it as well. But, again, I think it's too new to tell.
Yeah. So like this would be an example. So this is just an example of what we're talking about. So is any part of your ad about financial products and services? So then they're giving you a list here: credit cards, long-term financing, checkings and savings accounts, investment services, payment services, insurance services, other related financial opportunities. And then the opposing thing to that would be, no, my ad promotes one of the following: unrelated activities, gift cards, financial management, education, tax and accounting services, or store rewards. So if I were to click no here, let's just go down the list. Employment, I'm just going to click no because this obviously isn't employment. Housing. So this is what you used to have to do sometimes for mortgage insurance. So yes, my ad promotes one of the following: sale, rental, or temporary housing listings, homeowners insurance offers, including insurance bundles. They caught us. That's how we used to get away with it. I didn't even know that they added that. That's so funny. Because the way that you could kind of get away with it was saying like, oh, you can bundle your auto and home. It never used to say including bundles. Yeah, Maria. So that's what I figured. It would invalidate it. Anyway, so then there's there, and then obviously social issues wouldn't be the case, right? So it's got to be. I think they're throwing all insurance-related activities into that special ad category. Now, the effect of this is going to sound bad at first, and you might get upset, but it's actually not going to be a problem. And the reason I know it's not going to be a problem is because I've already been running these types of ads, like special ad category ads, for years for real estate. So this sounds like Armageddon, but it just isn't. When you go into a special ad category and you click next, and you go to this page where you set your budget, and then you scroll down a little bit more, and you include your audience. As you can see, you're not allowed to change any of this now. So you can't change age. You're not allowed to change gender. And when you go to location, and I get rid of the United States, if I put in Christina's zip code, this is what's, oh, that's not her zip code. When I put in, am I wrong?
11793, that's it.
Hold on, let me refresh here.
3, not 2, Corey.
Oh yeah, I had 3, but it wasn't loading. It's doing that thing to me that it does sometimes, but I'm just trying to show. All right, oh, it's doing that. Pick another. I'm just gonna pick where
you could do 11710.
Yeah, so I just picked where like a random area where I live, and so you can see if I were to be able to pick it, that's not even accurate. They're having a meltdown right now. All right, so this is fairly accurate. So I live like over here, right? And I just typed in my zip code. My zip code isn't this big. It's not 15 miles wide. But as you can see, I can't go lower now, right? So I can't go in a smaller circle than 15 miles. So that's how Meta attempts to cover themselves so that they don't have to go to court and then say that they were allowing businesses to discriminate on their platform. So insurance wasn't included in it, and now they just tossed insurance into it. But
and Corey, for some background, so Corey runs ads. He owns a real estate company as well. And so he has been doing this. Real estate, as we know, has been in the special ads category since the beginning of time. So he knows this very well, but it's important when you're doing it, you're not feeling crazy that you can't change the age, the gender, and that 15 miles, because that is different than what we previously taught you, because insurance just went into the special ads category. So I just wanted to give you like that backdrop.
Yeah. And I think there was a few people who just joined, so that was good. As an example, I just typed in Wantagh, where Christina is located, and you can see we used to be able to do the specific zip code. Now it's got to be this 15-mile wide circle. Now, the cool part about this is it doesn't affect your audiences. So when you've uploaded your customer list, you can put an ad in the special ad category, but as you can see here, I can still click custom audiences and I can still leverage those. Oh, did it go away? That's interesting. It's not showing you guys the drop down.
No, I could see the drop down, Corey.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, Christina could still do auto no property, and we could still run that same ad just within this circle. So you can kind of see that this isn't really the end of the world. The other cool part is that Meta wants you to win, right? And so what they do is in an odd way. I got to be really careful how I say this. Meta will essentially wind up doing what you were doing manually before for you. So like they're telling you, hey, we got to cut this off because we can't allow people to discriminate. But then their algorithm is essentially going to adjust itself anyway. So, like, if you were putting in like 27 years old to 45 years old and you were targeting those people and you were typing that in manually yourself, and now Meta says, hey, no, you can't do that anymore. The thing is, Meta's algorithm is going to go, okay, well, this person's probably looking for people who are 25 to 45 years old, right? But that's the algorithm figuring that out, as opposed to you as a business owner typing in, hey, I only want to run it to this very specific zip code because I don't want to work with anybody at that and in that zip code, and I only want it to be women aged like 30 to 45. And so the special ad category is meant so that they don't get pressed in court. Because then what happens is everyone's trying to always attack Meta, different competitors, and then some guy from the executive team has to sit in Congress and they have to say, like, why were you allowing insurance agents to discriminate against the neighborhood to the left? And they're like, well, we weren't really allowing that. So then they just leave it up to the algorithm. And then once it's on the algorithm, now the Congress people are all confused. They can't even argue it. Like, they don't even know what they're talking about, So that's the whole reason for it. You can still use your audiences, so you can still put in your custom audiences. You should still run ads to your zip code as the center point with 15-mile wide circles around it. But you just have to make sure that when you're running your insurance ads now, on the campaign page where it says special ad categories, you just have to click financial products and services.
And it's just that simple. I think Maria, Corey, can you expand your 15 miles? I know we cannot go less than, but can I run it 30 miles?
Oh, definitely.
Perfect.
You can expand much further. So,
I think Maria had a question. Is this why
oh yeah, that just means that whoever's running their ads has no clue what they're doing. Right. Like, they're just running it to the United States, probably. They didn't adjust the location. So.
And that's why, if you can like just step back, and once you're like a Maria or an Angel or a Todd who knows what they're doing with ads, that to me is why it's so powerful, because so many people, business owners, spend money to outsource their ads to probably good people who just don't know what they're doing, right?
You want to do 90 miles, but only let us go 50 miles. Oh, that's the max that lets you go. Well, what you could do there is you could put in another point on the map then. I mean, are you saying you want to do like the whole state? Because then you could just type in the state. Let me see if you could type in 100. Now it is 50. So on the slider, it's 50. I didn't think anyone wanted to go 50 and beyond. Also, will your new video also summarize the steps again? Currently,
so Maria, we have a Facebook ads class coming up in about 3 weeks, and then we will update the video. 2 things. 1, we want to make sure that this is here to stay. And 2, that's why we're doing this, because essentially you just have to know to click that button. So nothing, correct me if I'm wrong, Corey, nothing really changes from that video other than you knowing you have to click that button, and you can't control that gender and age.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. You just have to click that button now. It's not going to affect you. Like I say, we run real estate ads the same way. And the algorithm is going to look for the people who are most likely to respond anyway. So you're borderline doing the same thing you were doing before. Unless for some weird reason a bunch of 19-year-olds are suddenly interested in bundling their property and home insurance. I don't see that playing out for anybody.
So this is a really good opportunity. Again, it's that simple, but a really good opportunity to ask any questions you have about ads. So what I did was I am going to get up 2 new ads for my monolines. You could also, Corey, there is a new, okay, so you know how, guys, on our servicing, accounts, you can capture another line of business and get the full commission on the servicing account. So Corey, Allstate will say, hey, Corey Stewart, he had no agent. Christina, you could service him and we're going to pay you pennies. That's how it's been. Now, effective March, there's a new rule, a new guideline, if you will. If I capture another line of your business, I won't get a few pennies. I'll get a few quarters. So what I'm going to do is take that list of my servicing accounts and I'm going to run a Facebook ad to that list. And I think that's something we should all be doing on this call. I don't know if you have 5 people on that list or 500 people, but it's a really easy way to get to them with a quick video. Don't forget, I will edit your videos, so you just have to send them over. I love that. Hi, Jessica. I love that. It is a brilliant idea. That's why you guys keep me around. I come up with these things. So everybody here should be executing that, today, tomorrow. Any other, also what I did, you know how we always talk about make a video on your iPhone and run that ad. I am curious, Corey, what will happen. Somebody owed me a favor. I did a very, very professional video in my office on Friday, and we drove around Wantagh and we took some landmarks, Corey. So like the Jones Beach sign, the high school, there's this like historic train station on Wantagh Avenue. And I'll have the video on Wednesday. I want to run that to the zip code and the surrounding 15 miles. I'm curious how that performs versus one on my iPhone. So I'll report back to everybody.
Yeah. And like we've had to run so like what we would do, or what we still do, is let's say we sell a home for like a record breaking number in Wantagh, for example. So it was a couple of years ago, we sold a record breaking home for the price wise in Wantagh. And so we wanted to promote that we just sold a home for a record breaking price in Wantagh. It was the most expensive home ever sold by us in the area. So we ran the ad and we had to do the 15-mile wide circle. But the thing is, like, the algorithm knows, like, hey, if you say like Wantagh, or you say whatever area you live in, it's like you're not trying to talk to people on the edge of the 15 miles. Like, you know what I mean? So it knows what's up. It knows what you're trying to do. Let me answer this question. Sorry, I think I don't understand still if I have to start over with creating a new campaign or if I can somehow edit this one. Thanks a million. Honestly, I don't know, because it depends on what you put into the ad set. So if you go back to the campaign and you switch it to the special ad category, if you could still press publish on that whole thing, then you shouldn't have to create a new one. Sometimes though, like with certain things that you clicked in your ad set, what will happen is that when you switch it to the special ad category, it'll just say like, no, you got to restart at this point. So it really depends. I know that's not the best answer, but that is when it's said invalid. Yeah, so you have to restart a campaign then. Yeah. Just create a new campaign.
Corey, I'd like you to pop up if you could. Justina just said she has 1,300 service accounts. And then she also just popped up her last, how you run that audit to get it. That is huge, guys. Like 1,300 people. So I'm Justina. I'm going to film the video today. I'm going to get the edited video back. I'm going to run a Facebook ad. 1,300 people are going to see Justina talking about how if you bundle, you could save money. Maybe she only writes 100 new apps from that 1,300. It's huge, because not only are you getting the commission on the new business that you're writing and the bundling for your PBR, but you're capturing more money on the service account. So it's really, really big. So that's great. And Brian, these are two different things. So what Brian's talking about, and this is a good reminder for everybody, if you haven't sent out your e-agent blast for everybody to follow you on Instagram, I don't know what you're waiting for. Ken Marcus, who may be on the call, he sent it out the other day for the first time, and he picked up like don't hold me to the number. I think it's like 55 new Instagram followers, and there are 55 people that are in his book of business. So if you have not done that, the template is posted on the monthly coaching platform. Please send that out today. Your whole entire book should be following you on Instagram. Okay, so Victoria, I will text you. Let me make a note when we hang up. This is a great public service announcement for everybody that has either recently taken over a book of business or is about to. I took over a book of business 2 years ago, and what I did was I made a video with the agent. Now, she was willing to do that with me. One of our dear friends here just took over a book, and the agent was ill and not able to do that. So it's not, or maybe the agent's an asshole, I don't know. But if the agent can make a video, Victoria, you and him or her talking about like, I am passing over my agency to Victoria. You are in wonderful, capable hands. Hi, I'm Victoria. Welcome to my agency, and run that to the book, Victoria. It is a beautiful and brilliant way for everybody to see you, know that you're professional, because it's not realistic that on day one, you're going to call that whole book. And Ken just said 60 new followers. So Brian, use that as your excitement to get out your email. Ken got 60 new followers from one email. I wrote the email, he just cut and pasted it, and boom, that is huge.
Yeah, I can actually go ahead and share. I can share this video. Hold on one second.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, this is Julia. I just want to say that I'm so grateful that I have found the perfect match for my business, which I've owned for 36 years. All my customers I consider a family of people. And so I, like Christina, believe in beautiful energy, manifestation, and truly hoping for a good match, and I found it. So I am so forever grateful that my business is going to go to Christina Shaw, who we are very much alike because she's like a mini me from years ago. And she believes in a lot of things that I believe in. And the most important thing is that she believes in the customers. She believes in taking care of them the way that I have all these years. And I know that they're going to be good with her. And I'm so delighted that I'll be able to work with Christina and make it just a beautiful kind of transition with lots of beautiful energy. And here is Christina Shaw.
I am so grateful that.
So I think you guys understand the point. It's just if they're willing to do it, it's a cool idea, because then you just run it to the new book with your face on it and with the other person. So now people see the recognizable face with the new face. And then when you start running ads to your book, which is now their book, now they recall back to who you were from the other video. Yes. So if it's possible to do it, it's cool. If you can't do that, then the next best thing is to just take that list of new people and then run an ad just explaining what happened. Like, hi, you might receive a couple of emails over the next couple of days, be a little confused. I just, did XYZ. And now I am in charge of your. That sounds weird. I don't know how to say that one.
You could do something like this. You could say something like, well, hi. I wanted to take a moment and introduce myself. You know how we talk about not introducing ourselves? This would be an appropriate time to introduce yourself. As you may or may not know, Julia sold her agency 2 weeks ago. I'm Christina Shaw, and I am your new Allstate agent. I look forward to getting to know you over the next several weeks and months. I want to let you know that I've been in the business for 26 years. I serve the community. I have a team of people behind me. And I wanted to say thank you for being insured with Allstate. And I look forward to working with you as my customer. You could say something like, I just did that off the top of my head. You could say something like that. And it's just a really great way for people to get familiar. People don't like change, right? So even if somebody could see you, like Romilly just took over that agency, even if they could just see who you are, what you look like, they're going to be disarmed, especially if you're in a state like Justina and I, where rate is happening and you're a new agent. The conversations could be even that much harder. So the ads are very, very powerful. Okay, so our homework today is to do the servicing agent ad, and just to click that box and know that's what's happening. If anything changes, I'll send you an email just like I did about this. And my last share today, please, if you are not in your real estate offices talking to your realtors about Facebook ads, like why, right? Because the fact that you know about this puts you leaps and bounds ahead of most insurance agents. So I just had somebody reach out today, a new office. Hey, we want to bring you in. I said, I'd love to give you an update on the property insurance market and tell your realtors about Facebook ads. And they're like, you can do that. It's such a better topic than insurance. And of course, I'm going to talk about insurance, but I'm going to teach realtors that, hey, you could be running Facebook ads to your past clients, just like I'm running Facebook ads to my clients, and you will have referral partners for life. So please know that you are ahead of most insurance agents because you're running ads, and you could take that knowledge and share it with your referral partners. And if you're just starting to get referral partners, that's a great way to open the door. So any last minute questions? Awesome. Well, I hope everybody has a beautiful day. Corey, as always, thank you for bringing everybody together and making sure they knew to check that box. And I look forward to getting a lot of videos from people so we can edit them and get your ads up.
Wait, hold on. Is this recorded? I got stuck with a client. Yes, it is. Everything we do is recorded. So
I will get that out to you.
yeah, we'll get it out to you guys. All right.
Awesome. I hope you have a good day. Bye.